I'm so glad to be live today. This was just an impromptu get ready with me because I feel like I haven't seen you in such a long time on a longer video. So we're going to dive right in. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I can't see without my glasses. So I have my assistant over here in the background that's going to read off comments. So if you hear another voice, that's what's happening there.
Oh.
This is William. He may show his face here in a little bit. He's my youngest baby. So I'm starting out with my SPF 40 by Prime Pro Medics. And I'd love it if you said hi and just pop in and say where you're watching from. I am in North Alabama, and it is supposed to be so incredibly hot today. I really don't even plan on going outside, but I thought for those trips to the mailbox, just in case, I'm definitely going to make sure I have my SPF on. And since I have a very short haircut, I'm making sure that I get it around my neck as well. So I have a new website that I'm working on. I have all kinds of neat stuff that I've been working on during the last month when I was not feeling well, and I apologize if I'm still coughing a little bit. There's not much I can do about that. So it was either wait until I never coughed again to go live or just go live and chance it. I've got to have my hot tea with my kitty cat lady. So I am doing so much better, and like I said, I just wanted to connect and see what's going on with you and tell you about some new and exciting things that's going on with me, and then do some makeup. So I'm going to jump into a brand new foundation. Always shake your foundation. No matter what kind it is, give it a shake because all foundation can separate. This is the new one by Pharmacy. This is called the Air Glow. So I don't know what to expect here.
Boostra says hi.
Hi, Boosra. I hope I said that right.
Me too.
If I butcher your name, I'm very sorry. So I'm just going to try that much. I always start with my foundation on my hand, usually on the back of my hand and not the front. And then I apply it to my face because it's so easy to over apply makeup when you apply it directly to your face.
Judy Hill says hi.
Hi, Judy. How are you today?
And Booster says, haha, it's okay.
Thank you. With a name like Camille Cower, I totally get your name being butchered because it happens to me all the time. So I try to have a little grace when people butcher mine. And I've actually got some friends that have been from other countries and have just had a different spin on my name than anything I've ever heard. And so, you know, it can be fun sometimes to hear other ways people might say your name. I had a friend from somewhere in India, and instead of calling me Camille, he called me Camille. And that has stuck with me for years because the way he said it was just so cute. Camille. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. He just could not say Camille.
Judy Hill says, great, with a big heart.
Thanks, Judy. Oh, goodness. So where are you watching from today? Are you in the flood zones? Are you in the fire zones or tornado zones? I was watching the news today. I was like, it's going to be crazy weather for, it looks like all of America for the next couple of days.
Judy Hill asks, did you already put on any SPF?
Yes, that's what I started with. I started with my Prime Skin. It's called Prime Skin Protect. It's an SPF 40. This is my favorite, but they've been out. And so I have actually found another one that I like in the meantime. It's very similar and it looks gorgeous. And I've misplaced it, but it's by Julep.
Judy Hill is watching from KC, Missouri.
Ah, Kansas City.
And Booster says, aw, cute.
So this is the first try of this foundation. Of course, my sponge is damp. First try is it's really, really light and it just nice and thin, which is exactly what I want. And I don't want to get it under my eyes. I think sometimes we don't realize that foundation really is not for under the eyes.
Audrey Alisady says hello from upstate New York.
Hi, Audrey from upstate New York.
Diane Martin says your humor is much needed in this world.
Aw, thank you, Diane. I appreciate you. We're just all letting our little lights shine, right? Best we can.
And Manishk Tennyson, sorry if I said your name wrong, says, hi, this is Freckles from the Hollands.
Oh, hi, Freckles from the Hollands. Is that
Hollands.
from Hollands? Boy, we're really messing up names today. But we're trying. We're trying, okay?
Carrie Tutton says, hi from Australia.
Hi from Australia. How are you today? How's everybody doing? Is everybody happy, or are we low, or what's going on? I've got my cup of tea. I have to have my tea in the morning. I'm a tea girl. So I think that foundation's looking good.
Melinda R. says, hugs from Florida, formerly North Carolina.
Hi, Melinda from Florida and formerly North Carolina.
And Booster thought I was an AI for a second.
You're a cute AI. He's my cute AI. He's going to show his face after a while here. All right.
Tennyson is from the Netherlands.
Oh, how cool. Tennyson from the Netherlands.
And Audrey Alisady says, love your hair, so full.
Oh, thank you. I just got a new, I'm actually kind of testing out stylists, and I got a new do. And she actually, I'm going to show you the back of my head because my hair is very, very dark. It's very, very, almost like a black, right? And it's just got a few gray hairs in the back. And then I've got the grays in the front. And then I'm lighter on top. And my stylist actually wanted to try to cut my hair, but also to blend in some of the gray. And I thought that was a neat idea. She didn't want to get rid of it. Just blend it. So
Estrella Perez says hi from hot Central California.
Estrella from hot Central California. Well, I am in hot northern Alabama. It's supposed to be 100 degrees here today. What's going on with you and the weather, everybody? What's happening? Who's got perfect weather today? And who is going to be suffering like me?
Tyrone says, how old are you now?
I am so almost older than 99, Tyrone. And I just hope I actually do get to be 99. Well, maybe. I don't know. That's a different subject, though. So, Melinda. We love you, Tyrone, but you should be polite, or we're going to get you. Be polite, sweetie.
Tyrone says, you should look like you've been before men invented cars.
What?
You look like you were around before men invented cars.
Oh, that's okay.
Audrey Alisady says, we earn our gray hairs, girlfriend.
Yep, that's right. That is right. We do. We earn our gray hairs, and then, some of us like to keep them, some of us don't. And I'm good with whatever everybody wants to do. Because I get bored with the same thing, so I'm liable to change mine up a little bit. Now, this is something that's new to me also. This is a cream. It's called Midnight Touch Liquid Blush by Pharmacy. And I've used several liquid blushes before like this. They have just a little bit of a sheen to them. It's not a shimmer, so it doesn't really highlight fine lines, even if you're 99, Tyrone, because I know you're going to want to know about that. But you can, strategically use that to kind of bring a little bit of attention to maybe, parts of the cheek that you want. And then on the areas here where I have larger pores from being so old, like 99 plus, I will actually put a little bit of setting powder there. So
Tennyson says the weather here in the southwest of the Netherlands is too cold. Well, it's too cold play for the summer here, but it is better than 40 or 50 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but my laptop makes stupid words. So does our phones. We get it, Tennyson. Bursa says, I really like the pharmacy blush as well. It's really popular where I live.
It's really pretty, and Pharmacy is really, I feel like they're upping their game. I've been using Pharmacy for about 3 years. I don't know how long you've been with them, but I feel like they're upping their game. I gotta get this. This is so dirty. Let me move this here.
Cindy Hunter says, love the blush.
I think that's better. Yeah, I really like it too. It's nice and light. It goes on really easy. I'm sure you can apply it with fingers. You don't have to use a brush, but here's what I'm talking about when it comes to, well, actually I'm going to add a little bit of this contour. I've been wanting to play with this. This is by Catrice, and it's the Magic Shaper Face Cream Palette. I think it's like $6. If you've never checked out Catrice Cosmetics before, they have some really nice products, and they're all very inexpensive, and you can only find them online. They used to be in stores before the pandemic, and then I guess they had to close up, you know, all their displays and just work from home, which I totally get. So this is nice. I like cream makeup. I don't like it all over my face all the time, but it looks pretty. It looks really nice. And if you apply it nice and thinly, it seems to look really good. Definitely not for people that have very oily skin. Or maybe you could get away with it if you wore an oil control primer. That might work. So I'm torn. I have, I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a little bit of a setting powder on my nose. This is a new one to me. I have a couple of favorites, but this is new, and so I'm going to share that.
Tennyson says, you are so creative with makeup. I like the way you make up. It is always beautiful.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you. Very, very much. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this setting powder in the lid. Just kind of work it through my brush. You might be able to see how it kind of flies around, and it's very, very finely milled. This one is by NYX. It's the Mineral Matte Finishing Powder, and this one is in the color, I'm spilling it everywhere, light medium. And so what I like to do is just go through the center of my face, because I don't want to be shiny right in the center. Just go over, cover up pores, and then I'm going to hit this area right here where my pores are a little bit larger, and then just kind of work it around my mouth. Now, I did the other day use just a tiny bit of this as kind of like a base for my eyeshadow, and I really enjoyed that. It was nice and light. I have some really cool eye sticks I'm going to use today, which are new. And sometimes, you know, it's really, really fun to get all these new things, but sometimes it's also exhausting too, because it's like I don't have a chance to really go, all right, that's my favorite. Now, I haven't done anything under my eyes, so it's going to look a little bit dark until I get that done. But it really kind of blurs out the pores just a little bit and holds everything in place nicely. Now, I'm a little bit oily in my in the nose zone, not the T-zone. And I excuse me. I noticed yesterday.
Illness says, yay, eyes.
Yeah, we're getting there. I noticed yesterday that if you're in a warm area and you're wanting to keep your makeup on your nose, you know, you may have to do a little touch up, but I love to use the oil control primer spray. That one's by Scandinavia. That, in my opinion, is the best, but there are some others. There's one by Rimmel. This is the Stay Matte Fix and Go. It's a 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. So that one's not bad either, and that one's only like $6. So the oil control one by Scandinavia, that's more like $25. So if you're not ready to go all in on something like that, then definitely go cheap. Now I'm going to go ahead and I got a new lip liner. I'm going to do my lips really quickly. And I'm just going to go with, this is also Pharmacy. And what color? It's the Cool Mauve. All right, Cool Mauve. That's definitely something that's going to work for me real easy. I'm going to put the camera down just a little bit. So I'm just going to slightly overline. And then I like to come inside my lip. And that way, because when I rest my jaw, my mouth tends to point downward. So, see, so if I come all the way out to the edges, it's going to point downward, especially if I have lip liner in there. So, doing the same thing on the bottom. And then if I'm going to overline at all, I'm probably going to do it right here and right here on me, because that's just where I like a little bit of fullness. It's definitely not something that has to be done. Well, and then of course I broke it. I never break things unless I'm live. This is usually when I drop things. Of course, then I smudged it. We're not going to worry too much about that. So it's Friday here in the States. What's everybody doing? Are you working? Are you supposed to be working? It's okay. I won't tell anybody. I'm just trying to even those up. They don't have to be perfect. Just similar, kind of like eyebrows. And then I got a new lipstick that I wanted to try too. This is supposed to be like the perfect little kind of soft pink. In fact, it's called Soft Pink. Tyrone, I got to give it to you. You are hanging in there, buddy. Everybody needs love, right, Tyrone? I don't really like the way that top is.
Tennyson says, I do nothing today, and I do have an air fryer day today. Sounds interesting.
Definitely. That just needed a little bit more of a blend.
Julie Wanders says, babysitting my first grandbaby. He's 7 months and is the light of my life. Such a dumpling.
Aw, Julie, I bet he is a dumpling. That's so neat.
Is Tyrone still there? I can't see any of his comments.
I don't know. Now, if we missed your comment, definitely forgive us. We're doing the best we can.
Oh, Tennyson says Air Friday.
I'm just going to take that off. How did I mess that up? I think that lip liner is just too dark. Way too dark for overlining the top lip. So let's fix that. I'm going to put a little bit of foundation there. I've got a new website up. And the only thing that you can do right now is join my email list. But if you want to do that, you can get tips and tricks in your email box. And you can do that by just going to CamilleCower.com. Of course, it's https:// CamilleCower.com. CamilleCower.com. Ille.
Melinda has a question. She says, how do you keep the lipstick from bleeding?
That is a great question. So there's two major ways that I do it with a lip liner. But before that, it's actually the primer. So if you have those little lines that go around your lips, right? You definitely want to use a primer around your mouth, and depending on your skin type, you'll want to choose that. And then after you put your primer on and your makeup on, you can use a clear lip liner if you don't like the look of lip liner. Just use a clear lip liner. Maybelline sells 2 different clear lip liners, and there's also one by Urban Decay in the color Ozone, which is a clear one. And you just trace it around your lips. It doesn't have to be perfect. Trace it around your whole mouth, and then use your finger blend it in, and then apply your lipstick like normal. And that should take care of everything, because it's like a thicker crayon, so you can't see it. And I put it right over top of my foundation, so it doesn't go on first and then foundation. It goes on over, and it just blends nicely, and then everything stays in place. So, and then at the, when you're finished with your makeup, use the setting spray. This, setting spray all over will definitely help keep that stuff in place too, especially during the summertime.
Vicky says, I'm retired and watching your expert makeup application. I like makeup. You're very good at it.
Thank you, Vicky.
And Tennyson says, we are all humans. I like you all. Beautiful colors, Camille.
Thank you, Tennyson. I hope I'm saying that right. All right, let's do some quick eyebrows so we can get on to the eyes. Because if I put on that eyeshadow without eyebrows, it's going to look bad. Where is my eyebrow thingy? It's right here. Mad Love just sent me their new eyebrow stencil, and they've updated it. So if you've ever gotten one of these by Mad Love, I'll show you what it looks like. Mad Love. So I actually liked the one that they sent me before, but it wasn't waterproof and sweatproof. So living in Alabama with the heat and the moisture, that just doesn't work for me. But their new one is smudge proof and water resistant. So I've been using this for the last few days, and it's really, really pretty. The only thing is I got this color, which is, I believe, a taupe, and it's a little bit light for me. In person, it looks beautiful. On camera, it doesn't show up as well as I'd like it to. So I have to really add a lot.
Sydney Hunter says, you always look fantastic when done. Love your channel.
Well, thank you very much, Sydney. I appreciate you so much. Cindy, I'm sorry. Sydney. Who's Sydney? Maybe Sydney's coming. So if you have one of these, you want to start in the back near the tail, and you want to apply most of the color from the back to about right here, and then gently and lightly go toward the center. Unless, of course, you have nice thick brows and you're just filling in, then you can do it any way you want. But there's one. Now you can see where it kind of smudged my makeup in the middle, so I'm just going to quickly blend that. This looks really good, except for this one part right here, which drives me crazy. I have to get that blended or I just won't feel right about it. But I'm going to let it sit there for a minute and dry. And once this sets up, it's not going to budge. Unless it's hot and sweaty and I start rubbing my face, it really is not going anywhere. And I have tons of videos on how to get these straight if you're interested in trying something like this. I have a new course coming out on how to do flawless foundation for over 50s. So if you're on my email list already, you will be getting information about that, as well as tips and tricks in your email box. And if it gets annoying, you can always unsubscribe. But that's where we're going to have all the cool stuff, really.
Julie Wander says, any suggestion on how to go about finding a makeup person for a bridal party? My daughter is taking the leap next year, hoping not a nosedive.
Nope. I'm sorry. I don't. The only thing I can think to say is maybe put something like, if you're on Facebook, put something out there and just say, hey, has anybody got a good makeup artist that they like? And see what they come up with. And then when you get the makeup artist that you want to try, definitely, go try them, because makeup artists are trained in so many different things, and they're not, excuse me, they're not all great at one thing. So some of them, work in production, television, and so they're really good at making people look great on television. And that's their main job. And then when you see their makeup, you're like, whoa, I don't want you to do my makeup like that. So they're trained in all kinds of different things. And they're not always, especially if you're 45 plus, they're not always really great with, mature skin makeup. So I would want to try them out first, because they are going to want to go through the whole bunch of people and do everybody's makeup the same. And when it comes to your makeup, they're going to have to take some special steps. And if they don't know how to do it, you're going to feel like a cakey, creasy mess. And, but you'll look good in pictures. You will look good in pictures. They'll make sure of that.
Cindy Hunter says, I love this eyebrow tech. I bought this a couple months ago, and wow, it made a huge difference. Thanks.
Yeah, Cindy, these are great because they are so much faster. Once you get used to it, it's so fast, so easy. It's just on there and you're done. And, when I first started using them, I had to use a little piece of tape to hold them in place, and I had to do all kinds of weird stuff to get them straight. But then once I realized it was just my face that was crooked and I had to overcompensate, then everything was fine. All right.
Rhonda Wharton says, hi from the UK.
Hi, Rhonda from the UK. Thanks for saying hi. All right, I have to go over 2 products that I didn't really care for because I'm getting ready to throw them away, and I wanted to make sure that I talked about them really quickly. I don't do a lot of bad reviews because, what's the point in that? But I did buy this LA Girl Plush Lash Mascara. This one here, I thought that might be something fun, and I didn't like it at all. The brush was okay, but it just didn't look good. When it goes on, it's very, very dry, and it's just too dry. So that's going in the trash. And then I love Bare Minerals. Like, I love Bare Minerals, but their Bare Minerals Maximist mascara, the mascara itself is wonderful, but look how big that is. And look how small my eye is. So that will not work. Like I said, the mascara is fabulous. If I just wanted to keep it, I could use a different wand, but that's not a favorite. One of my favorites, and I've just got a mess everywhere, is the Lash Idol. And I love that one because I don't have naturally curly eyelashes. And it does a beautiful job of keeping my lashes up. And it's a really nice, clean look, but I'll have to show you that some other time.
Lovestring59 says, I've seen ads for dermatology concealer. Do you have an opinion about that?
Dermatology concealer. I guess my only opinion about that would be what were they trying to say? There are some concealer, and here's what it might be about. I'm not sure what the ad was about, but there might be something to that. If you're really sensitive around your eyes, then it's probably a sensitive skin type product. But also, my poor mom, she's been having all kinds of trouble with her skin lately around her eyes, and she started to break out with milia around her, right under her lash line, which is a really rough place because you have to look at it. It's ugly. You don't like it. And like, she's a real big skincare buff, so that really bothered her. And we finally nailed it down to her concealer, and I can't remember what it was she was using, was actually clogging the pores there. So it may be something like that, like a guarantee to not clog your pores. On that note, I did find this Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer by CoverGirl, and this is also non-comedogenic. So if you're looking for something that you're absolutely sure will not clog your pores, that one will work. Is it my favorite concealer in the world? No, it's not. But it is nice.
Brenda Mitchell asks, what was that thing you used on your eyebrows?
It's called a brow stamp, or a pomade brow stamp. That one is by Mad Love. And here's how you spell it. I don't know if you're backward from me, but it's Madluvv, Mad Love. And I have tons of videos on how to use those. You can just search on my channel, eyebrows or eyebrow stamps.
Moki says, hi, you're beautiful.
Hi, Moki. Thank you. So I got this set from Jane Iredale, which I adore Jane Iredale products. They are skincare makeup. They don't have anything bad in their makeup. It is gorgeous, and they really put a lot of effort into making products that are very healthy for us, and I appreciate that. So these are called the Color Luxe pencils, and they're cream eyeshadow sticks. And don't ask me what color because I can't see. I'm happy to look at them in a minute though, with my glasses on. And I think what I'm going to do is just, I have hooded eyes, so I'm going to take this up high enough to where you're actually going to be able to see it when my eye is open and my face is rested. And I'm just using my finger because I wanted to show you how beautifully they blend. I mean, they just really blend nicely. And I've got, the crepey lids, and they've pretty much given up on me, I feel like. They're like, not happening today, girl. So I just kind of swoop it from, I don't have much visible lid, right? So I just kind of take it from where the crease is, and then I'm just going to swoop it downward. Try not to color my nose at the same time. Swoop it downward, and then when I relax my eyes, it will give a slight lifted look because the inner part will have a lighter color, and then it'll kind of go out.
Linda says, your eyes pop when you do makeup.
Oh, thank you. Melinda, you're always so sweet to me. I appreciate you. Are you on my email list? I know you are. I know you've got to be on my email list. I would add you to my email list if I could. All on my own. I'd have been like, Melinda, put her on there. She needs to be there. So I'm really liking that. That's kind of like a camel color. Kind of like a, or let's see what they call it. They call it saddle. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm actually going to use that under my eyes as well. Oh, yeah. For green eyes, that's a nice one. Green eyes or even blue eyes. Brown eyes, they can wear pretty much everything too. But green eyes, blue eyes, hazel eyes could wear this. That's a pretty color. All right, let's grab a darker color. Let's see. I'm just kind of going in order, I think.
Elsa has a question. Any suggestions for a primer to help with a sweaty face?
Yes. Primer with a sweaty face. Do you have oily skin or dry skin? Elsa, do you have oily skin or dry skin? There's a new one out by Patrick Starr. And
She says dry skin.
Okay, dry skin. All right, so dry skin. There's a new one out by Patrick Starr. So you're gonna want to prep your skin really well with dry skin. Always with dry skin, you're gonna really, put the moisture into it. And then the new one by Patrick Starr is nice. It comes in a little tube. It's a metal tube, and what you do is you just pat it on the areas that you're going to be the most sweaty. So if you're, for me, it's going to be like right here and maybe a little bit on my forehead. You just want to put it, work it in between your fingers really quickly, and then just pat, 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 pat all over, let it dry, and then you can apply makeup over if you apply makeup. So the one by Patrick Starr is nice. And then my Scandinavia, this one's the bridal spray. You don't need the bridal spray, but the regular Scandinavia finishing spray will do the same thing. It actually will help. It actually has something in it that helps control the heat on the skin so that you don't sweat your makeup off. So those two things, if it was me, I would probably try the Scandinavia first. You can buy sample sizes so you don't have to go all in for the $25 or $30 product, but I would try that first. And that you can apply before you put your makeup on, and you can put it on after too. So, and it's beautiful. I wear it all summer long. It gives me a gorgeous look, and I'll try to remember to do that today so you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead with this. This is that's not dark enough. The Dove Gray was not dark. Well, maybe it is. Let's try it. This is the Dove Gray.
Sharp Chop Gift says, if I may, what's the green number displayed clipped on your clothes?
Well, I'm on this whole trying to feel more like myself thing here lately. That's a great question. So I'm on this whole path to feeling better after being sick for like a month. So I've ordered vitamins, my special vitamins. I've ordered my special probiotics. I'm walking. This is my walking counter. So I have to get so many steps a day, and I just try to build a little bit every single day, trying to get my stamina back. So I bought a total gym to try and work on strength. I mean, you'd be amazed if you sit in a chair sick for a month, literally with just your laptop and television, you'll be so incredibly weak you won't even know who you are when you are done. It was terrible. So yeah, it's my excuse me, my path back to being normal. I guess it was normal. I gotta have some lip gloss.
Lovestring59 says, follow up, what is your favorite concealer for sensitive skin, including fragrance?
Oh, I'm sorry, what was the question?
What is your favorite concealer for sensitive skin, including fragrance?
Sensitive skin and fragrance would be the Jane Iredale. The Jane Iredale is really, really, let me see if I can grab her. Jane Iredale is going to be free of all the nasty stuff that would break you out and cause you problems.
Bora says hello.
Hi, Bora. How are you? So this one's a little bit too light, but I'll show you how this looks, because I'm pretty much done under my eyes. Let me grab a... Jane Iredale is really nice. Plus, this is a huge tube. Like, that is a very large one. Let me show you compared to my other one. It may not look that much different, but it's almost twice the size. So it's a very large tube. Just make sure that you get color color matched on the website before, trying anything, buying anything expensive and like that. Yeah.
Mary says you are a survivor.
Yes, thank you.
And Sharp Shot Gift says, you look amazing, Queen. I hope you start to feel better.
Thank you. I am feeling better. Oh, and the reason that I got this instead of the watch was I just can't stand to wear anything on my wrist. I just can't. So I'm just going to take the smallest amount of that concealer. This is the Jane Iredale. I just kind of put a little bit on my hand. You never want to go straight to your face unless you know the product. And I'm just going to tap the smallest amount in right here. And I have a little spot there I want to cover up. Okay. Once I get it on there, then I'm just going to pat it in with my finger. I'm going below that eyeshadow that I put under my eyes. And then I'm just going to pat it in a swooped up motion. You can swoop it, but my face is getting to the point where it doesn't want to swoop very well. Pat it out. Come down here and get in that little trough.
Melinda has a pretty good question.
Okay.
What kind of advice do you have to make your eyes more open when doing things?
So you want to get your eyes to look open. Is that the question?
No, it's like, how do you make them more open?
More open. I'm not so sure I understand. How do you... you can make your eyes kind of pop by putting... Like if you want to make your eye part look bigger, your eyeball part look bigger, you can take a nude or a white eyeliner and line your waterline. And that will make your eye look bigger. Don't do the top, just do the bottom.
Paula Miner asks, do you use blotting papers?
I personally do not, but they are a great idea if you have, an oily nose or something like that. They're definitely something that would be great to have in your, your purse or wherever when you're going somewhere. When I'm going out and I have to have something, along to maybe just touch up things, I'm probably going to take a setting powder instead. Most of the setting powders that I'm going to use are going to hold everything in place and keep it looking mattified and without, caking it up too. So now I just pat this out with my finger. I don't have to use anything to set this. It just stays in place. And part of that is the method that I'm using. Now listen carefully. If your makeup sits on top of your face or it doesn't meld with your skin and just look like your skin when you're done, you're not pressing it into the skin or you're not doing something else. But makeup, when it goes on, especially on our mature skin, it needs to be thin, it needs to go on nicely, and then it needs to get pressed into the skin. When you press it in, especially with a clean finger, you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to remove any excess, you're going to press what's in there in, and then the color is going to be there with the coverage, and it's going to look like skin.
Gabriella says, hello from California.
Hello from California, Gabriella.
Vicky Becker says, hi from South Africa.
Hi from South Africa. Vicky?
And Denise says, watching from China. Shout out to Hyunye Gali, please.
Let me see if I can read that so I can try that.
Okay.
All right. Watching from China. Shout to Hyunye Gai Lee. I'm sorry I messed that up. I know I did. I hope I did okay. Oh, shout out to my people in China. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit of liner on top of this, only because I'm experimenting with a new liner that I was sent. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, I'm telling you what. I have 2 empty boxes and no liners. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I found it. Wrong empty box, Camille. All This one is by Prime. Prime Paramedic sent this to me. It's in black. And what do they call it? They call it coal. It's not black, it's coal. All right, now I don't have much of an eyelid that's visible, especially when I relax, right? Not much there at all. So I can do two things. First thing I can do is put a little bit of a shimmer on the inner part of my lid right here. I'm not even going to blend it up. There's no point. Nobody's going to see it. It's just, I mean, I could blend it a little bit up, but that's it. All right, so I'm going to make that part of my lid more visible by doing that.
Hugs and Kisses says, hello, good to see you, Lynn from San Diego.
Hi, Lynn from San Diego.
And Melinda says, so what I mean about not closing your eyes up would be with eyeshadow application.
Okay, let me get back to that. So now I've got the liquid liner. It's a nice, sharp pen looking liner. And what I'm going to do is use my eyelashes as a guide. And I'm not going to try to take one long swoop across because that's not going to work. Even though it's a nice liquid pen, and I could make it work, but it's so much easier to just kind of use little stamping motions. So I'll start here. I use like a stamp and swipe. Since I've got a hooded eye, there's not much real estate on the lid itself. I need to keep this thin. Otherwise, it's going to take over my whole eyelid, and then when I look straight ahead, it's going to look like my eyelids disappeared into something black. So I'm just going to stay right along my lash line. Use my lashes as a guide. Just get a nice thin line. When I get up here, I'm definitely just going to do little stamps. And then I feel like I need to connect this part, so I'm just going to use that little tip. And even though it tickles and it makes me want to sneeze, I filled it in. Can you see that? So now, when I look straight ahead, you can still see that I have a little bit of eyelid visible, and I've got the definition with the black.
Hugs and Kisses, Lynn, says, would Catrice powder work as a setting powder?
Catrice powder. Catrice has a setting powder. They have their own setting powder, and it will work just fine. Maybe I don't understand the question. Melinda, I want you to email me, please, about your question, because I'm not so sure I understand what it is, and I'll just try to make you a video. So email me at camillecower.com. And it's going to be a couple of weeks because I'm so backlogged, it's not even funny. That's why I went live instead of making a video, because I thought I'm never going to get a video out.
Wonder Woman says, hi, Camille.
Wonder Woman! I love that. Hi. I needed a hi from Wonder Woman. So you know there was I believe it was a Stanford study done that talked about how if you're not feeling good, for whatever reason, you can do the Wonder Woman pose. That's where you stand up straight, you stick your chest out, you put your hands on your hips, and you look off into the distance. And you basically do the Wonder Woman Superman pose. Take a deep breath, stand there for a minimum of 10 seconds, and you will feel better. And you'll feel more confident, and you'll be ready to tackle whatever it is you need to tackle. Oh, Tracy, thank you. All right, let's do some lashes. that's probably all I'm going to do today. I might add a little bit more.
Christine Plessing says hi from Germany.
Hi from Germany. And Christiane Kaising, hello.
Plessing.
I hope I didn't mess up your name. Oh, Klessing, I'm sorry. I'm being corrected by my helper. By my AI assistant. Oh, goodness. That's so funny. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring this color up just a little bit because you see with the hooded eye, if you don't get the right balance, it just kind of makes your eye disappear instead of show up the way I want. So I'm just going to use this. This is my $1 Billion Brows palette. So if you have anything like this, these are great. This is a travel ready, TSA approved palette, and it comes with eyeliner, eyeshadow, and then you can buy individual ones. The only thing is you want to make sure, since some of these are cream, those are lipsticks, I have to make sure that I do this in the right order, because if I try to get eyeshadow when the lipstick's down here, all the eyeshadow will go onto the lipstick. So if you have a palette like that, keep that in mind. And I think I'm pretty warm today, so I think I'm going to go with that color right there. And just add a little bit. Right up here where I need just a little bit more.
Diane Martin says, encouraging to see that shadow does not seem to be easy on your skin. No pulling, seems like.
Yes, that is true. And I definitely think that if you have trouble with powdered shadows, if you pat them instead of swipe them, you know, if you watch all the people on all the young people on Instagram and everything, they're swiping everything side to side. Well, you know, if you have crepey eyelids like I do and you swipe from side to side, it's actually going to skip areas because the skin is going to pull over. So if you kind of learn how to tap it or blend it smaller blends, then it seems to work better. I'm definitely not an eyeshadow pro, but so I'm liking that. I'm liking that a little bit more. For, you know, for sitting around the house the rest of the day, I think this looks decent. So I'm going to actually bring that a little bit in. My allergies have been going crazy, and I get kind of some puffiness in here. So I tend to combat it with a little bit of eyeshadow there. I don't want to go crazy, but a little bit just kind of makes all that recede a little bit more. And then I'm all set. And I might even just get a little bit of this shimmer right there. It's pretty shimmery, and just put a little bit more right in the center. I don't really want to cover up the eyeliner, but I do want to make my eyelid show up just a little bit more. So if you're not on my email list, definitely head over to my website and get on there for tips and tricks for anything new, really anything new. I've got a new course coming out you might enjoy on flawless foundation for women over 50. I say it's for women over 50, not to offend men, because I definitely have some friends that are men that wear makeup, and I just try to support people who wear makeup, period. But the course is really not for men because I don't have the experience dealing with whiskers and things like that. So lot of my men friends will just say, hey, why did you say this was for women? Well, it's really just for women. All right, so that's good. Let's do some eyelashes. Oh, thanks, hugs and kisses. I think my AI assistant went to sleep. So let me just get this close to the lash line as possible. Let's give it one big squeeze and try to hold it for 10 seconds, which never works because I have dry eyes and they start to water, but I'll just do it a couple of times. I have very, very flat lashes. And I'm going to try a new mascara today. So there's no telling how this will turn out. By the way, if you're not cleaning your lash curler off at least once a week, you might be doing yourself a disservice because it gets gunked up with all kinds of nasty bacteria. It's kind of like brushing your teeth and not rinsing your toothbrush out really well for a week. Get all kinds of yucky stuff and you have to sanitize things. You can wash it with soap and water. Just make sure you get all the little cracks. And then you can spray it down with a little bit of alcohol to kill the germs. But you have to get the mascara out of there too, or it'll mess up your mascara application. This is the Bad Girl Bang by Benefit Cosmetics, and I have no idea how this is going to work. But that's what the wand looks like. So that looks promising to me. And I'm looking in my 10x mirror. Have you guys ever tried the mascara called Better Than Sex? If you have, I would love to know what you thought of it.
Tracy asks, what is your favorite mascara that you use?
My favorite mascara, I like the Lashy Doll. And I like the Prime Prometics. The Prime Prometics is and I also like there's a Benefit one too that I like. The Benefit tubing mascara is nice. So I like the Benefit tubing mascara, the Prime Prometics tubing mascara, and then the Lashy Doll. But the Lashy Doll is not a tubing mascara. It's not waterproof. So it's more of a winter time thing for me. And it's a curling mascara. I normally do my under lashes, but I forgot because I'm talking.
Aubrey asks, what's your favorite lipstick?
My favorite lipstick is, like, if I could only have one for the rest of my life, it would be between two. I like the L'Oreal, the luminous one. They have a luminous one. I'll see if I can find it here in just a sec. L'Oreal has a beautiful, it's a satin. That's what it is, not luminous. They have a satin lipstick that I love. And it's just creamy and nice and has a little bit of shimmer and looks gorgeous in person. And I could wear that one forever. And then the other one for long time wear that I like is the one by Prime Prometics. They actually have one that doesn't go into fine lines around your mouth. It just stays put. You don't have to use anything else, around. You don't have to use a lip liner or anything. And it just stays put. So
Elsa says, I love the live format.
Oh, thank you. I have been criticized before about my live performances, and honestly, that's why I don't do them very much anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why I let one comment hold me back, but sometimes even I get a little weird about things. I get a little self-conscious sometimes. Because I'm just a person. Just an everyday person that gets, doesn't like to hear insults and so I'm missing a lash on this side, so it's always weird. Always weird. Let me see if I can find this.
Lynn says, it's so wrong. We love you.
Thank you. Let's see if I can find this. Okay, there's only a few lipsticks to look through here. Okay, so I'm going to find the one, though, because I want you to know about that L'Oreal. It's really nice. And I just need to go through here and throw these away. Okay, here it is. This is my favorite in the L'Oreal. It is L'Oreal Paris number 560. It's the Color Rich. And it's in the Saucy Mauve. Let me show you that. Let's just get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And I'll show you the Saucy Mauve. Where is my makeup remover?
Chris Ringer says you have the most beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Chris with a K. All right, let's try this with nothing except. There's that Saucy Mauve. Of course, I just stuck it right on my tooth. Right on my tooth. That's it. That's the Saucy Mauve. Just has a really nice feel to it, too. It's definitely a favorite. All right, ladies. This has been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you being here. Definitely sign up for my email letter if that's something that you're interested in. If not, then just ignore me about that. You can email me if you have a question, not about products or if you're a company. This is not the email for that. I will just ignore you if you're a company, but if you're a follower, then definitely you can email me with whatever you want. It's Camille at CamilleCower.com. That's Camille, C-A-M-I-L-L-E at CamilleCower.com. And you can go to my website, CamilleCower.com, and you can add your email to the email list, and I will send you out tips and tricks and also information about my new course that's coming out on flawless makeup for over 50s. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Was there another question?
Yeah. Diane Martin says, hi. So seems like the shadow did not pull on that delicate delicate skin on lids, I hope.
So are you talking about the powder shadow or the cream shadow that I used? Because we need to address that really quickly. Oh, the shadow did not pull on the delicate skin. Yeah, Diane Martin, if you can tell me about that real quick before we go. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the cream shadow sticks that I use, they're so smooth and creamy. This is the lightest pressure, like no pressure at all. I'm just dragging it down. I mean, that is so no pressure at all. That is incredibly light and blendable. So these definitely do not pull, and they're gorgeous, and they come in matte and shimmer colors. So if you need a discount link for anything, or you need a link for anything, just let me know in the comments, and I will try to answer those later today. Right now, I don't have a list of products that I used for you, but I will get them for you. And also, the powdered shadow did not pull or tug. No, I just patted it in. So if you just use kind of a stippling motion when you're applying your powdered shadows, then because if you pull, it pulls, you can see on my hand, it pulls the skin. So if we're doing those windshield wiper strokes, it may not be as easy on our eye, and it also may end up skipping the makeup there. So if you have to do that, you can do smaller windshield wiper strokes. You can do little circles, or you can just stipple it in, which is just a little patting motion, and it should help. So I've got, 57-year-old crepey lids, and that works pretty nice. And then when you do want to use little windshield wiper strokes, just lightly, just the lightest amount of pressure. Lightest amount of pressure will get you where you need to be. Just blend, blend, blend. You can't go wrong with blending, okay? I love you all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Now I just have to figure out how to turn this off. Oh, yeah, my AI assistant has to say hi. This is my AI assistant, William. You can't have him. All right. Bye-bye. I can't remember. I think I just hit the X.
Yeah.
X.